Good morning. Just settling in here after a busy morning for me so far. Actually, a busy weekend. The last time I checked in on Facebook Live was Friday morning, and it was the morning of my birthday. And as you all probably know, birthday weekends can be busy in the most beautiful and blessed way. I feel so loved and honored by each and every one of you that sent me a message, reached out to me in so many different ways. I wish I had the time. Well, I do have the time. But just know, while I didn't respond to each and individual person's birthday wish on my wall, I received everyone into my heart, and this is my kind of group thank you to all of you. I had a beautiful and blessed birthday tea party in the woods with some close friends and a fire ceremony, cacao ceremony by the lake at this amazing property, Everland. Some of you have maybe heard me talk about it. It was actually intended to be a photo shoot that was going to happen the week before. And I said, well, why don't we wait until the full moon and also my birthday? So I was able to have kind of like the most planned, fanciest, like professionally photographed birthday so far. So it was amazing. And I know I shared my birth story in the beginning of the last video. Well, my life story, really. And Scorpio full moon tugged on some tears. So I did want to check in this morning before we start with our yoga flow and just let you guys know, like, I'm feeling great, I'm doing really good. I wasn't really sad when I was sharing that. I was just emotional. But I love to share exactly where I am every day with you guys. Every day I show up for class. I teach Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 a.m. here on Facebook Live. And Tuesdays and Thursdays, I have a 3 p.m. restorative class on Zoom. So if anybody's interested in that, please let me know and I can get you an invite. So I'm teaching 5 days a week, and I've been teaching for many years, over a handful of years, and I always just want to show up exactly as I am. If I'm feeling sad, I want to share that. If I'm feeling glad, I'll share that. And that way, we can all be mirrors for each other, and that we all do have these cycles that we go through in our lives, oftentimes mirroring the cycles of nature. So I'm curious if any of you did feel that kind of pull that was happening because of the full moon at the end of last week and into the weekend, and how you're feeling now, beginning of a new week, Monday morning. So for those of you that are planning on joining for the yoga, if you have any special requests, please let me know. You can send it in a comment. That's something that I've always done in my in-person classes, is ask for special requests, whether it's a part of the body that you would like to strengthen or stretch, or a specific pose, or even something spiritually that you're going through, an intention that you have, something you'd like to call in, or something you'd like to release. And I can weave that through into the class. Hi, Jerry. Good morning. So just putting out a call for special requests. Sometimes these classes, because they're intended to be a flow class, I can get pretty active, and kind of depends. I've been up since 6 a.m., but if some of you are just waking up, maybe you're looking for a little bit more ease into the class, feel free to share that with me. Last week I had someone request, I want to stretch everything and no power moves. So we did an entire class without any chaturanga or vinyasa, and I loved that challenge because sometimes we can kind of get into our groove and get into our flow, and I'm here for you. Ooh, good morning, dragon's breath, Jerry says. Beautiful, I'd love to do some dragon's breath. Now, I'm curious if the dragon's breath that I have learned and practice and teach might be a little bit different from what you know of dragon's breath, but we're going to do what I have practiced, and we'll see how it goes. So for those of you that are just joining, this is going to be a spiritual slow flow class. I'm taking special requests, So if there's certain poses or practices or spiritual concepts that you would like to have in this class this morning, please let me know. If there's anything you don't want to do, let me know as well. I remember when I was first teaching yoga, first practicing yoga, one of my teachers said that someone had requested to her an entire class with no warrior poses. And it's like, whoa, how am I going to do that? And I love the challenge of being able to tailor the classes to you guys, and knowing sometimes it's because that's what you want, and sometimes it's because you want to see if we can actually do it, right? So while you're jumping on, feel free to drop on any special requests, and we'll do a little bit of a drop-in, and then we'll start with the Dragon's Breath. I love the Dragon's Breath, and that was a special request from Jerry, so thank you, Jerry. Hi, Liz. Good morning. If you guys are joining for yoga, go ahead and grab a spot on your floor, grab a mat. We're going to do a little bit of breath work here in the beginning, and I am taking special requests. So if there's a certain style of yoga you'd like to practice today, specific poses, let me know. Let me know how your body is feeling, how much time you have. These classes are technically about an hour of yoga, but it takes some time for people to get on to Facebook Live. So I'm usually kind of chatting and checking in for the first 10 or 15 minutes, and that gives you guys all time to grab some water, a mat, grab some tea. I'm drinking Dandy Blend this morning, which is a coffee substitute. Some of you guys know that I quit coffee about 6 months ago after a long 20-year daily experience. So let me know what you're drinking. Let me know how you're feeling. Let me know what you're looking for today. I'll give a little bit of an introduction to the Dragon's Breath that I practice, since that was a special request from Jerry. If any of you guys have special requests, let me know. The Dragon's Breath that I practice is 2 inhales through the nose and 1 through the mouth. So it looks a little bit like this. And I'll share a story with you. At one of my retreats, I host hot springs retreats at different places. At least once a year, I host a hot springs retreat at Joyful Journey Hot Springs in the mountains of Colorado near Crestone. And one of my co-leaders that had come on to help me with the retreat, she had a vision. Like I think she was taking a nap, and like literally visualized a dragon coming to her and saying, you guys have to do Dragon's Breath. And she said, okay, I don't know what that is. And she came to one of the other leaders that had come on, Joseph, and she asked him, I had this interesting dream, and I was told to do Dragon's Breath. And he says, oh, I know what that is, but we have to do it for 30 minutes. So we're not going to do that today, but you can practice this at home for 30 minutes. So we did a whole experience at this retreat where it was a drum healing. I believe this was the retreat where we had made medicine drums. We all made a medicine drum out of cedar and elk, and we were healing our ancestral wounding, and there was drumming that was happening, and we were doing this Dragon's Breath, 2 in through the nose, 1 out through the mouth. And it was so interesting because everybody that was laying on the floor and doing this breath, it's almost like if you've ever done laughter yoga, where you fake laugh until you real laugh. And then sometimes, like I've done it where my laugh started to sound like I was crying, and then all of a sudden I was crying, and then I was laughing, and then I was crying, and it was kind of this like emotional kind of uncontrollable release. And what happened with the Dragon's Breath is that as we were breathing 2 in through the nose, 1 out through the mouth, if you've ever sobbed uncontrollably and cried and released emotion, that's kind of the breath that naturally happens. You're like, and so in this Dragon's Breath, we were unknowingly emulating sobbing, and people actually really started to cry. And it was such a beautiful release. We were doing this like healing of the ancestral wounding. It was just such, it was the retreat about forgiveness. It was, I forgive, I forgive, I forgive. And so that was my first introduction into Dragon's Breath. Like I said, this is a special request from Jerry. So if any of you guys are joining and have special requests, let me know. I know it might be a little bit different than some Dragon's Breath that other people have practiced. But we're going to do a little drop-in. We'll do some Dragon's Breath, and then we'll go into our spiritual slow flow yoga. And I will also mention, if any of you are familiar with the vagus nerve, it connects from the gut into the brain. And supposedly like 80% of your serotonin, which is your feel-good chemical, is produced in the gut and actually needs to travel up to the brain. So when you think of that kind of reverse of gravity, that levity, how do we get those chemicals from the gut up into the brain? Well, the vagus nerve is stimulated by a couple of things naturally. One of them is laughing. The other one is sobbing. So it's that pumping of the belly that stimulates the vagus nerve that brings the serotonin up to the brain. So anytime that you're doing breath work, you're kind of hacking the system. You're helping your body to get more serotonin anytime that you're doing breath work. So laughing, sobbing, breath work. Or I have one client that I do private healings on. He actually has a piece of hardware in his body that stimulates his vagus nerve to help with seizures. So, hey, I'll choose breath work. Or laughing or sobbing. But all right, here we go. So go ahead and find your comfortable seat. Close the eyes. And just begin to breathe in through the nose. And out through the mouth. This time sigh. Let's try a couple more just like that. Get used to making a sound. At this point in the practice, allow yourself to feel really grounded, creating a grounding cord. So if there is any excess energy or emotion that comes up through the breath work or through the practice, that it can just ground down into the earth like a lightning rod. Allowing yourself to feel really centered. Bringing your awareness to the center of your being, that midline of your body. Calling all of you into your body in this moment, in this place and space and time. And allowing your mind to be open. To just experience this practice as a grand experiment. Trying the breath work, trying the poses, just seeing how they feel for you. So that you can use them as you wish. Knowing when I do this, this is how I feel. Not this is what my teacher says will happen. But what actually happens for you. Be open-minded to whatever might come to you or through you today. Please set an intention for your practice or maybe an intention for your week. A positive word or phrase you would like to have more of in your life. And once you've set your intention, please bring the palms to press together at heart center. We'll begin the practice with 2 cleansing breaths and 1 Om to just cleanse and set whatever space you are in, this place and time that we've gathered here together. 2 cleansing breaths and 1 Om in through the nose and out through the mouth. This time sigh. This time Om. Gently begin to rub the hands together, create some heat and some friction with the hands. And place the hands over the eyes. Allow the heat of the hands to soften the face and smile. And gently flutter the eyes open and float the hands down. So let's switch which direction. So if you have 1 foot on top and 1 on the bottom, switch which one you have, since we'll be sitting here for just another moment. We'll begin with some dragon's breath before we move into the flow. Hi Katie, I love you. So dragon's breath is 2 in through the nose, 1 out through the mouth, and it looks like this. One more. And relax the breath. Allow the breath to return to natural. Notice it's not normal. There's a new normal for me every time I do breath work. Just notice. Let this be an experiment. We'll just do 3 rounds of dragon's breath here, and if you guys stick with this through till final Shavasana, we can do dragon's breath also laying down at the end of class. I find it really powerful laying down. All right, 2 more rounds of dragon's breath. 2 in through the nose, 1 out through the mouth. Begin by exhaling all the air out of your mouth. And begin. Two more. And allow the breath to return to natural. Notice your new normal. Maybe close the eyes and just feel the effects on your body. How does it affect your physical body, your heart rate, your body temperature? How does it affect your thoughts, your mental body? And how does it affect your energetic body, your spirit? I had one student reach out to me and say that because she's so empathic and psychic, that the breathwork really helps clear her field. It's just one person. You might be different. All right. 3rd and final round of dragon's breath for the beginning of class, and then we'll do some more at the end. Begin by exhaling all of the air out of your mouth, and 2 in, 1 out. Three more. the breath to return to natural. Close the breath and just feel how you feel. And just notice, be the scientist and the subject of your own yoga experiment. And we'll come back to that, but let me know how the dragon's breath works for you. Send me a message, drop me a comment. If you have 2 pillows, we might use those towards the end of the class. You can set those off to the side. We'll just do some gentle stretches to begin here. Let's start with the legs extended wide. Toes either pointed or flexed, and just start to tip the pelvis forward and back. Nice deep breaths here. Hi Sarah Beth, good morning. We're just getting started. And when you're ready, bring the belly towards the earth, walk the hands forward, and just start a gentle sigh or sway side to side. You can sigh too. Waking up the inner thighs. Keeping those nice deep breaths. Beautiful. When you're ready, walking the hands to the left side. Bring one hand on either side of that left leg. Inhale, lengthen. Keep the right hip planted down. And on an exhale, fold over the left leg. 2 more just like that. Inhale, lengthen. And then exhale, fold. Last one. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, fold. Slowly come on up and walk your way through center. Coming to the second side. Good morning, Amber. So the feet are either flexed or pointed. Doesn't matter as long as there's some energy in the feet. Right hand on the right side of the right leg. Left hand on the left side of the right leg. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, fold. 2 more. And remember, it doesn't matter how far down you come. I'm quite flexible. I've been doing this for 10 plus years. It's just about the breath and the movement and the sensation in your body. Let's do 1 more. And slowly walking the hands back through center. Come on up. This time, left hand comes to the inside of the left leg. So there's a strong energy of the outside of the left hand pressing into the left leg, and the left leg also pressing back into the left hand. And on an inhale, right arm reaches. This might be enough for you. If you're looking for more, bring the right arm up almost behind the right ear. So resist the temptation to round down here. Maybe you just come up and just stay really high and really think about opening your heart towards the sky. Feet are still flexed or pointed. And if you're looking for a little bit more, you can drop down to that left elbow here and breathe. For 3, 2, last one, big inhale. And exhale. And inhale, come on up. All right, right hand inside right leg. And really press hand into leg and leg into hand. You're squeezing them together. As you inhale, the left arm reaches. So staying here, or if you choose, reaching that left arm towards the right side. Again, not here, but maybe you're coming even further out of the pose so that you can keep that left hand almost behind the left ear. If you're looking for more, you can bring the right forearm to the earth. And just breathe here for 3, 2, last one, big inhale. And exhale. And slowly rolling down this time. We're going to sweep around. And on the inhale, right arm reaches. And on the exhale, right arm sweeps around. Inhale, left arm reaches. And exhale, sweep it through. Again, it doesn't matter what you look like, just what feels good to you. Inhale, reach it up. And exhale, sweep it through. Last one. Inhale, reach it up. This time, exhale, come on up. Bring the legs out in front of you. Give them a little shake. We'll do an easy forward fold flow. Inhale, reach. Exhale, easy fold. Hi, Blair. Good morning. Inhale, reach it up. And exhale, fold. Last one. Inhale, reach. And exhale, fold. This time, fold and hold. Separate your feet just a little bit. Let's take some ankle circles in one direction. Again, make sure you're not rounding the back, but you're sitting up nice and tall. And some big circles in the other direction. And when you're ready, come on up. Bring your right foot over your left leg, hugging the knee in. Left arm wraps around right knee. Squeeze the belly in, sit up nice and tall. Again, just anytime you have a foot that gets floppy, just choose if you want to point it or flex it, right? As long as there's intention, we're bringing energy to every part of the body. So from here, hugging that right knee in, right sits bone grounds down into the earth. And maybe gaze over the right shoulder. You can even bring the eyes into the corners of their sockets here. If you want more, inhale, right arm reaches. And exhale, bring the right hand back behind you. Just a little finger tent to prop you up. I think of it like a kickstand. It's not super weight bearing. It's just keeping you upright. Couple of deep breaths here for 3. 2. And 1. Big inhale. And exhale. And slowly unwind, nice and slow, nice and slow. Switch the legs, right leg extends, left leg comes up and over. Wrap the right arm around the left knee, sit up nice and tall. So it's important that that left sits bone stays down, that you're not tilted up and over. So do what you can to ground down there. Find some energy in that right foot. And you can just hold here as you bring the chin over the left shoulder, or if you'd like to deepen it, inhale, left arm reaches, and exhale, bring the left hand back behind you. Finger tent, kickstand, sit up nice and tall. Even bring the eyes over into the corners of their sockets, nice deep twist. 3 more deep breaths here. 2. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. And very gently unwind, gently, gently, gently. This time let's bring the soles of the feet together. Grab a hold of the ankles and draw the heels towards the body. As you grab a hold of the ankles, allow the feet to open up like a book. Squeeze the shoulders so that the heart starts to press through. Good morning, BJ. Big inhale. And on an exhale, draw the heart towards the feet. So most of the time in yoga, you'll hear the same cue, not to round the back, but to keep the back long. And then draw yourself deep. Not all of the time, but most of the time. Once you're here, then you can play around with rocking side to side, flutter your wings. You might be able to see I have one knee that kind of pops up a little higher than the other. So I'll use my shoulder blades to press down and give a little extra to that right side, because we're always working towards balance in the body. And breathe for 3. 2. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. And slowly come on up. And cross the legs and find your way into the tabletop position. Knees under the hips, hands under the shoulders. Moving through a few cat-cows here. So let's start with cow pose. Drop the belly, lift the tailbone, lift the gaze. That's your inhale. And on an exhale, round it up. Press the earth away, chin to the chest. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, round it up for cat. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. And come on back through center. Please find your way all the way down onto your belly. Hands under the shoulders. We're going to move through a few just low cobra to mid cobra to high cobra as a flow. So inhale, lift it up, low cobra, little to no weight in the hands. Exhale, lower down. Let's do that another time. Inhale up, low cobra. And exhale, lower. One more inhale up. And exhale, lower. This time plant the hands. And start to come up maybe just a couple inches each time. Inhale up, exhale, lower. So you start to find your own flow, your own rhythm with your own breath. Inhale up. And exhale, lower. There's energy in the feet, pressing into the earth, energy in the pelvis, energy in the hands. Let's do a couple more. Inhale up. And exhale, lower. Last one, inhale up. And exhale, lower. Inhale up through tabletop. And exhale, child's pose. Knees wide, big toes touch. Hips to the heels, and release the forehead to the earth. Tiptoe the fingertips as far forward as you can. And then come up onto the fingertips here. Elbows and wrists are off the earth. You're going to get a really nice shoulder stretch here. Really think about pressing the tailbone down and reaching the crown of the head and the fingers in the opposite direction. 4 deep breaths. 3. 2. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. Release the hands. Inhale up through tabletop. And exhale, downward facing dog. So downward facing dog, hands planted strongly on the earth. You'll be up on your tippy toes, kind of on and off here as you pedal out the feet. Press one heel at a time towards the earth as you bend the opposite knee. Feel that waking up through the calves, through the back of the legs. Keep the belly button hugging towards the spine. 2 more deep breaths here. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. We're going to take a nice flow here. So inhale up onto your tippy toes. Exhale, roll forward, high plank. So high plank, full extension through the heels, strength through the arms, so not down in the shoulders, but up and out of the shoulders. Bend the knees, hover 2 inches above the mat, and press back, downward facing dog, keeping a micro bend in the knees. Inhale, tippy toes. Exhale, roll forward, high plank. Inhale, bend the knees and hover. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, tippy toes. Exhale, high plank position. Inhale, hover the knees. Exhale, downward facing dog. Last one, inhale, tippy toes. Exhale, high plank. Inhale, hover the knees. And exhale, downward facing dog. From here, walk the feet forward towards the hands for ragdoll. Grab opposite biceps, let the head hang. Shake the head yes and no. Circle the head in both directions. Open and close the jaw a lot. Really make like a with your jaw to release any tension in the jaw. Bend one knee at a time, sway side to side. Send the breath right where you feel the call for breath in the body. For me, it's my hamstrings and my middle back. You can even bounce if that feels good to you. 2 more deep breaths here. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. Release the hands, squeeze the inner thighs, and come on up to a halfway lift. So hands resting on the thighs, belly hugs in, spine is flat and straight. This is going to engage through the glutes and the hamstrings. Keep that engagement, big inhale. Exhale, dive deep, forward fold. Again, inhale. And exhale, dive deep. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. Soften the knees, inhale all the way up, reverse swan dive. And exhale, hands to the heart. Finding yourself resting in this standing pose, ground into all 4 corners of the feet. Press the hands together strongly, roll the shoulders up and back. Length out through the crown of the head. Come back to your intention. When you're ready, sweep the arms down and around and up. Inhale up. Exhale, open the heart. Inhale, reach. Exhale, soft knees, swan dive down. Inhale up to a halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, high plank position. Inhale, stay high or come to the knees. Exhale, lower to 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale up, find your cobra. Low, medium, or high, it's up to you. We're going to hold here. Take a nice deep breath. And on an exhale, look over your right shoulder towards your right foot. The weight's going to kind of come into your right hand and your left quadricep. Take a breath here. Inhale, back up through center. Exhale, look over your left shoulder at your left foot. So my right elbow bends a little bit, my left arm straightens, and the weight is in the left hand and the right quadricep. Big inhale. And exhale. Inhale back through center. Exhale, look to the right. Inhale back through center. And exhale, look to the left. Inhale back through center. And exhale, gently lower. Inhale up through tabletop or high plank if you choose. And exhale, downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, please find child's pose. Knees wide, big toes touch. Walk the elbows forward. Bring the palms together. So as you drop the hips, you might drag on top of your yoga mat. Your yoga mat might roll up a little bit too. That's okay. Hands come to the nape of the neck. And just allow this deep tricep stretch for 3 deep breaths. 2. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. Slowly release the hands. Inhale up through tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg reaches up towards the sky. Exhale, step the foot between the hands. Lower to the left knee, uncurl the left toes. Inhale up through crescent here. Nice low lunge. I like a little bounce here. Open up the legs. So we're just going to see how it feels. You want to make sure you're not going straight down on the back knee, but that you're a lot forward so you're on that back kneecap. I realize I'm wearing dark pants and a dark mat, so forgive me if you can't see. But what we're going to try and do is bend into the left leg and bring that left foot up. Just try it a couple different times. Maybe bring the hands down to that right knee. Bring it up. Lower it down. Bring it up. Lower it down. So play around with that. If you can bring it up, we'll take it to the next level on the next round. If you can't, just stay here. That's totally fine. All right, big inhale. And exhale, float the hands down. Curl the left toes under, straighten the left leg. And step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step it through. If it doesn't quite reach, lower to the back knee. Shimmy that left foot forward. Finding your low lunge. So left knee stacks directly over left ankle. And you're forward on the top of that right kneecap. From there, inhale up. And just bounce a little bit, settle in. When you're ready, you can bring the hands down to the knee and just play around with, so you could be, we want to get used to this sensation of lifting the knee. Another trick is if you have sensitive knees, you can use a little blanket or you can double up the mat so you have a little bit more padding. Especially if you're on a hardwood floor. If you're on a carpet, it should be no problem. And just see how it feels. So we'll take it a little bit further next time if you can get that foot up. If not, don't worry about it. You're going to stay right here. All right, inhale, reach it up. And exhale, float the hands down. Curl the right toes under, straighten the right leg. Step back, downward facing dog. Let's inhale, bend the knees and look at the hands. And on an exhale, step or hop towards the top of the mat. Inhale up to a halfway lift. Exhale, dive deep, forward fold. Inhale, reverse your swan dive all the way up. And exhale, hands to the heart. Close the eyes and for a moment come back to your intention. What positive word or phrase are you calling into your mind? Are you repeating in your mind and your heart during this day, during this week? Carry that with you throughout the practice. Open the eyes, inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, mini back bend. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale up to a halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, high plank position. Inhale, stay high or come to the knees. Exhale, lower to 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale up, find your cobra. Exhale, drop the right shoulder, look to the right foot. Inhale back through center. Exhale, drop the left shoulder, look to the left foot. Inhale through center. And exhale, gently lower. Inhale through tabletop or high plank. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg reaches. Exhale, step it through. Take your time getting those right toes all the way forward in line with your fingers. Lower to the left knee. Uncurl the left toes. So if you have a yoga strap or a belt, if this proves difficult for you today, the next move, I'm going to show you how to do it with a strap or a belt, and you can practice on your own, and then we'll add that in weeks to come. All right, so you're in your low lunge. Inhale up. Find that little bounce. Make sure the knee doesn't go past the ankle, so you might have to shimmy the foot forward just a little bit. All right, from here, hands to the knee. Start to bend. Again, you can pad the knee if you need to. And start to bend until you are able to reach back with your right hand for the left foot. If you can't, you can use a strap or a belt. I realize not everyone will have these in this exact moment, but you can practice at home. Some people are watching a replay. And you can use a strap to grab a hold of it. You also can just leave that foot down and reach that right arm back. If you're able to grab a hold of the foot, just draw it in towards you. Feel a nice stretch through the left quadricep and breathe. The final addition to this would be to reach the left arm up and back. This is a little bit of a twist, a deep lunge, a quad stretch, a stretch through that psoas, that abdominal area. 2 more, big inhale. And exhale. Last one, inhale. And exhale. When you're ready, gently unwind. Release. Find your high lunge so that back leg is lifted. And then step it back, downward facing dog. Second side. Inhale, left leg lifts. And exhale, step it through. Release to the right knee. Shimmy those left toes as far forward as you can. You can double up your mat if you choose. From here, come on up. Find a little bounce. All right. When you're ready, hands to that left knee. And just see how it feels to lift that right knee up a couple times. And if you're available, to reach back with the left hand. So there's different variations of this pose where people will reach back with the right hand or both hands. Today we're doing the left hand. You can grab a strap or a belt if you like. Breathe here. Hold steady. That back foot might be dropped. Maybe you're just reaching that left arm straight back. That's okay too. Maybe you reach up through that right arm. Wherever you are, be here now, breathe here now for 3, 2. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. Slowly release, nice and slow. Curl the back toes under, straighten that back leg. Plant the hands, step back through downward facing dog. And please find child's pose. Big toes touch, sit down on the heels. So you have 2 options that we've done so far. One is to find a finger tent. So the fingers you're up on the finger pads, stretching deep into the arms and the shoulders. The other option is to plant the elbows, palms pressing together at the nape of the neck. And then the most restful option, I usually bring my knees in just a tiny bit, is forehead to the earth, palms face up, down by the feet to relax the shoulders. Wherever you are, just be here now. Breathe here now for 3, 2, last one. Big inhale. And exhale. Release the palms flat to the earth, out in front of you. Inhale up through tabletop. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bend the knees and look at the hands. Exhale, step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale up to a halfway lift. Exhale, dive deep. Inhale, reverse your swan dive all the way up. And exhale, hands to the heart. Close the eyes for just a moment. Come back to your intention. If you haven't set one, please set one now. A positive word or phrase that you can come back to throughout the day, throughout the week. Okay, final round, you guys. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, open the heart. Inhale, reach. And exhale, swan dive down. Inhale up to a halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Step back, high plank. Inhale, stay high or come to the knees. Exhale, lower to 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale up, find your cobra, whatever that is for you. High, medium, or low. And exhale, drop the right shoulder, look to the right foot. Inhale up through center. Exhale, drop the left shoulder, look to the left foot. Inhale up through center. Exhale, gently lower down. Inhale through tabletop or high plank. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg reaches. And exhale, step it through. If you want to double up your mat, lower to the left knee, uncurl the left toes. Inhale up, find your lunge here. Take a couple bounces. Beautiful. When you're ready, you can try not lowering the hand to the knee this time and just keeping your balance, or you can lower your hand to your knee for balance. You're going to reach back with that left hand. So drawing the left foot towards your body, reaching through the right hand. If this is not available to you, you're just going to reach that left arm back. Okay? Keep that left foot down on the ground if you need to. Another option to add on would be to reach the right hand back, interlace the fingers on the foot, and kick into the hands. For 3. Hi, Julia. 2. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. Slowly release. The same way you got in is the same way you get out. And bring the hands down. Curl the left toes under. Straighten that left leg. And step back. Downward facing dog. So this is our last side of the flow. And then we'll get into a little bit of stretching on the floor, some breath work, and our final relaxation. When you're ready, inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step it through. You can double up the mat if you need to. Release to the right knee, uncurl the right toes. Inhale up through your lunge, find that little pulse. And when you're ready, reaching back with the left hand. Right arm reaches. If you need to leave that right foot on the ground and just reach that left arm back, please do that. Otherwise, grabbing into that right foot. Stay here or reach back with the right hand. And breathe for 3, 2. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. Release in the same way that you got here. And come on down. Yay, Julia, just so you know, I post the replays. So in about 20 minutes, this one will be posted and you can start fresh from the beginning. And I also do them every single day. Well, not every single day, but Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 a.m. Colorado time. All right, step it back, downward facing dog. And please find child's pose. Knees wide, big toes touch. Find your child's pose, whatever that is for you right now. I've given us 3 different options throughout the class. Just pick one and be there for 3 deep breaths. Two. Last one. Release the hands. Inhale up through tabletop. Oh, you're so welcome, Julia. Exhale, send it back. All right, so we're going to come into a pigeon pose here. From downward facing dog, inhale, right leg reaches. And exhale, bring the right knee towards the right wrist. Right foot's going to come towards the left side of the mat, then lower to the shin. Release to the left knee. Uncurl the left toes. So here we are in a pigeon pose. Now, you'll notice different yogis will have different angles with that foot coming back versus towards the front of the mat. And I'll let you choose. If your shin is parallel to the front edge of the mat, you want to make sure the foot is flexed, so 90 degrees. If it comes back a little bit further, then you can point the toes. So that's just going to be yogi's choice. You're on your fingertips here, so propped up, little kickstand action. And when you're ready, look over the right shoulder at the left foot. Make sure the foot isn't turned in, but that it's nice and straight. This actually feels a lot easier after those cobra twists that we did today. All right, and when you're ready, come on back. So if this is feeling intense for you and you're ready to come down, please come down to the forearms and just breathe into wherever you feel like you need the stretch. If you are looking for a little added challenge, see how it feels to pick up that back foot. Just like we did in the last pose. All right, if that is available to you, you can reach back with the right hand, kick it back, and left arm reaches. So we're doing it across the body just like we did in the last pose. There's a little squeeze of the inner thighs to lift up. You can stay here or bend into that left knee, grab with both hands, and have a little kick of the foot into the arms for 3, 2. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. Release the same way that you got in, and we'll all meet on our forearms. From there, widen the elbows. Scoot back so you can see. And stack 2 fists for the forehead to have a nice place to rest. You also can come down lower with 2 stacked hands. Or forehead to the earth. Wherever you are, just be here now, breathe here now, remember your intention. 3 deep breaths. And when you're ready, slowly walk the hands up. Curl the left toes under, straighten that left leg. Lift up through the back of the heart And that's going to send you back downward facing dog. Pedal it out, shake it out. All right, second side. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, left knee to the left wrist, left foot towards the right side of the mat. Notice how it lands if your foot needs to be flexed or pointed. Release to the right knee, uncurl the right toes. Start up on your fingertips. Big inhale here. And exhale, looking over the left shoulder towards the right foot. So make sure that right foot is straight. Breathe into it. And come on back to center. Now you can stay here or come down to the forearms if you're ready. If you're looking for a little bit more, bend into that right knee. Reach back with the left arm. There's a little kick of the foot into the hand. That's what allows for this lift of the right arm. Also a squeeze through the inner thighs. You can stay here, or you can draw the foot towards you, interlace the fingers, kick back into the hands, and breathe for 3, 2. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. Release the same way that you got here. Big inhale. And exhale, meeting on the forearms. Walk the elbows wide, stack 2 fists, allow the forehead to rest. It's important that the forehead touches something, so maybe a yoga block or 2 hands or 2 fists. You can lower down if you choose. Maybe the forehead comes to the earth, maybe not, it's okay. Come back to your intention, repeat it in your mind, maybe even out loud. As you rest here and breathe for 3 deep, slow breaths. And when you're ready, walk up onto the hands. Curl the right toes under, straighten that right leg, lift up through the back of the heart. Step back, downward facing dog, pedal it out, shake it out. We're going to hop through to seated. Bend the knees and look at the hands. And hop through to seated. I'll check our time here. It's about that time. So we're going to find our way flat on the back. If you need a little padding for under your head, I would recommend a very, very, very thin pillow. You don't want a really thick pillow in these final resting poses. If you do have any lower back pain though, you can place a thick pillow or a yoga bolster under the knees. So we're gonna find our way flat on the back, and you might place a blanket on top of you too. And we're gonna do that dragon's breath that we did in the beginning of class. So dragon's breath is 2 in through the nose, 1 out through the mouth. We'll be laying down. It'll be okay. We're going to do, let's go ahead and go for it. We're going to do 3 rounds, and then we're going to have about 90 seconds of complete silence for you to just feel the benefits of the breath and the practice soaking into your body. So find your way flat on the back. Palms face up by the hips. Get any last wiggles and jiggles out of the way. Notice your natural breath as we begin. Begin by exhaling all of the air out of your mouth. And then the nose. 2 in through the nose, 1 out through the mouth. 3 more. And allow the breath to become natural. Notice natural breath might have a new normal. Second round, exhale all the air out of your mouth and begin. Two more. And allow yourself to rest. Final round. Exhale all the air out of your mouth and begin. Last one. And allow this to soak in for 90 seconds of silence. And when you're ready, slowly start to wiggle the fingers and the toes, the wrists and the ankles. Move your head from side to side. Reach the arms up overhead, stretch the feet down below, take a nice full body stretch. And on the exhale, soften. Then one knee at a time, bring your feet to the mat below you. Then roll towards either side through the fetal position. Remember your intention. Say it in your mind or say it out loud as you press yourself up, carrying yourself into this new day, into this new week. Find your comfortable seat. Bring your palms to press together at heart center. We'll seal our practice and seal each of our individual spaces, our collective space that we've created here together with 2 cleansing breaths and 1 Om, in through the nose and out through the mouth. This time sigh. This time Om. comes to the heart, lips, and forehead, reminds us that as we move throughout our day and through our week, to keep your intention in your heart, in your words, and in your thoughts. The energy within me honors the individual expression of energy within each of you. Namaste. Thank you so much for being with me today. Thank you to those of you that are able to contribute and donate through Venmo or PayPal, or if there's another way that you would like to, let me know. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. This is where I'll be sharing all of these amazing yoga classes. There's a few fun interviews on there. And I'll be sharing some tips and tricks moving forward around herbal medicine and also around reprogramming the subconscious mind. I've been doing this amazing new coaching program, and I'm just really excited to share it with the world. So I'll be sharing that on Facebook, but also over on my YouTube channel. And if you guys need any kind of support, one-on-one, chatting, coaching, whatever I can do for you, if you have questions about herbal medicine or about yoga, energy work, breath work, please let me know. I'm here for you. And if you stayed with me through the whole class, please shoot me a comment, whether it's live or on the replay. That's the only way I'll know. I love you guys so much. Have a beautiful day. Have a beautiful week. I'll see you on Wednesday morning, 9 a.m. Colorado time for another class similar to this one. And if you're interested in really gentle restorative yoga, or maybe you have a parent or a grandparent that can't do all of this, please send them my way. I have a restorative yoga class on Zoom on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 3, and I can send an invite for that. Thank you so much. Yay, Sarah Beth. She says, thank you for getting me out of bed this morning. Oh, I heard about your toe. Yes. The mellow stretching is more the vibe. Every once in a while I feel like, let's do power yoga, and I feel like y'all are probably feeling it too. So yeah, today mellow stretching was good. Awesome. I love you guys so much. I'll see you soon.